Pause. How did I get Uncharted Drake's Fortune Platinum? Well, I tell you, it's not easy at all. It's pretty difficult, actually. But stay tuned, as today in this video I'll be showing the struggles of getting this platinum. Our journey started off with completing the story, getting easy, normal, hard, and crushing difficulty out of the way. Now we collect treasures. They're in various chapters, and there's about 61 of them. You can see them glowing right here. After collecting it, you get this little screen that shows you what you collected, and I know it says 1 out of 60, but there were 61 because it was a secret treasure. After all the grinding, I finally got all 61 out of 60 trophies, or treasures. Next were gun-related trophies, where you have to kill a certain amount of enemies with a specific gun. Here in this cliff with an M79, I had to kill 30 enemies with this. Then there's 30 kills with the grenades, West 44, Dragon Sniper, M4, 92FS, Desert Eagle, AK, PM9, Next trophies are like ways to kill people. Like in here for Dynamite Master, you had to kill 5 people with the grenade launcher thing. This one you had to stealth kill 75 people or 50 people, I believe so. And I just grinded this dude out. Grenade Hangman, you had to hang off a ledge and throw a grenade, killing people like this, as you see. Here with Survivor, where you get 75 people without dying at all. Here on the boat, where you had to kill 10 people in a row or 5 with a brutal combo. Or here in the jungle, where you had to shoot and then punch, which is like steel fist. Then you would hang off a ledge and kill some people. And then the headshots.
Good at
Here where you had to run and gun. Now for extra trophies. This one where you'd go into photo mode, shoot some B-roll for Elena. This one where you change your skin to somebody else other than Nathan Drake and kill somebody else. Cosplay. After that I had to kill the cursed with I think a Dragon Sniper?
Alright.
I did some speed running, as some of the chapters require speed running, like this one under 2 minutes and I think 45 seconds. I think so. No, 3 minutes. Anyways, on this one, under 6 minutes and 30 seconds, this is chapter 16. This is chapter 5, I think. I think you have to get in less than 8 minutes, 30 seconds, or perhaps 9 minutes. I don't remember. But I've got the platinum. What do I do now? There's still more time left on this video, so what else is there to do? Well, there are extra trophies, and I did the brutal trophy. I did a brutal run, which is brutal. 1 shot kills you, 2 if you're lucky. You pick up 3 ammo. Enemies are so difficult to kill. I have a death theme, or sound thing, whatever, embedded in the back of my brain, and it haunts me every night. Well, let's see how truly difficult it is. So our journey starts here in chapter 2. So I forgot to record chapter 1, so I'm just gonna add 5 deaths to the death counter for this. Anyways, this chapter is the easiest chapter as it just sees you going through the jungle and the temple. Chapter 3 is not the same. And the first half of this chapter is just climbing onto the German U-boat. But because I'm a moron, this happens. And yes, it is the same death music I am going to hear throughout this entire run. Anyways, as I see, we made it on the German U-boat, and here is the second half of this chapter. You have to run from these guys, but since this is on brutal and I don't know how to play that bad, I die again. And so I die again. But being the goat I am, I finally make it past. Only 8 deaths so far, not that much. But here is when things step up a bit. I'm using this tactic when you hide behind the cover, but what I mean is that you hide in cover, but you're not in cover. As you see in the shot, I'm in cover here, but I'm not in cover here, but I'm still being protected. I surprisingly somehow did that first try and back in the temple. See how I only get 3 bullets? This game is difficult. Anyways, back here using the in cover, but not in cover strategy again. It's pretty simple. But not as simple as dying a 9th time to that guy that's like a mile away. Watch this. No! And then again. But we eventually made it after that. And this is a pretty difficult part, at least if I can remember correctly. Down that hallway is a lot of enemies, so we gotta be careful. So anyways, I'm using this strategy of being a hangman. This is a different strategy than I normally would use. And yes, I've done this before. I had an old account that was not hooked up to PSN, so I lost every single trophy, and this was one of them, so I'm going after it again. But then I die again. No! Then I died in the same place, same animation again. He's finished. And I eventually made it past. And now we're going up this ladder, which will lead to just more enemies and more pain. But as soon as we climb this ladder, there are more enemies up here that just pop out randomly. Not even a couple seconds after that, I die again. Yeah, I made it through though, and then more people started shooting me, but from above. Just gonna be leaving me really wide open, so I die. And I die again. It's gonna be a repeated phrase throughout this whole video. But I made it through like a Chad. And here's another enemy encounter. And I somehow do this part perfectly. Watch the clip.
Okay.
Over here, I think. Yeah, this way.
And now we've made it to one of the hardest chapters that I consider. Chapter 4, Plane Wrecked. This is by far the longest chapter in this game. and it has the most enemies counters so far, and is so difficult. Here is the first encounter of the game, and I'm already dead. However, my second attempt goes flawlessly. Another enemy encounter that goes flawlessly as well. Till we get to this part. This part is one of the most difficult parts in this chapter. See, here I almost just died. But then I had to go get some water, so paused, unpaused, and then got immediately rushed. Attempt 2 didn't work out either. So here is just a montage. Me trying to get through this. Then this happened.
Come on! Blast him!
Okay.
Get over here! Hunt him down!
All right.
Get him! I'm going for it! O para tabla!
After dying 10 times, I finally did it, but there are still more enemy encounters, such as this encounter. My strategy here, so there's these two guys behind this wall, so I would throw a grenade, blowing up those two. Only problem is that the real enemy counter wouldn't start until you got over this or through the door, which would be very life-threatening. So even though I took my precautions, I still died. But I managed to get past that, which just led to another enemy encounter. This one was pretty easy though. But after that, there's another encounter that's also really difficult. Well, not as much as the last one, it's still pretty difficult though. And not a second later, I die. And a second time. So after 3 deaths, I finally made it to the bridge. This part is just as difficult as the last. Basically here you have to climb, but that's not all. But once you make it to this point, you have a very limited window to get in cover before you're shot by the 2 guys above there. But then I fell. And a couple of more deaths later this happened. But after dying 16 times, this happened.
Oh shit.
I'm surprised that was the hardest part so far of this chapter. But anyways, there's another encounter. Here is one of the easiest parts. You just shoot that red barrel. Did not die on this part, surprisingly. But I can't say the same for this part, as I die again to enemies up here. I don't know why I did that, why I just decided to do that, but here, I die again. But I clutched up, making it through. Now there are only 2 enemy encounters left, or, like, places where enemies are. And these are, like, the toughest ones yet to come. This part is very difficult, as there's so many enemies here once you get to the plane. And so I die a lot. After dying nearly 20 times, this happens.
Oh boy. How's that feel?
This chapter caused so many deaths. I think like maybe like 40 or 50. Holy crap, we finally did it. Almost. This next section is really easy. As these guys drop down, you can just kill them while they're dropping down and they will never attack you. Unless you're an idiot like me and forget to kill them. And this is a prime example of how much limit there is to ammo. Because in this event here, I lose ammo. But I did it, making on to the next section where more enemies come, and I die again. And I die again. But I ended up making it. Now this section is not that difficult at all, so I won't be really covering it, but I died this many times. I just got past that chapter, finally. Died 89 times so far. So please, if you made it this far, please consider subscribing. This was so difficult. That doesn't change the fact that I'm still an idiot and die here. But now we've made it to our first enemy encounter, where this part is pretty easy. I just died 2 times. Now moving on to the next section. I'm gonna go pretty light on these easy ones, not talking about them a lot. This one I die about 4 times. But then I do something dumb, like restarting checkpoint, which yes, I am counting as a death, because if I were to restart a checkpoint every time I nearly died, then I would technically have 0 deaths. I didn't even die once during that entire section. Anyways, we make it here, which is another really difficult part, but I'm gonna tell you a little hack I use. So for this section, you gotta go over here. And in there, that room that was just shown on screen, there's a little drop to another room that you have to go in, and a lot of enemies pop out. So you can get cornered, and there's not a lot of places to hide as enemies come out from behind you, to the sides, everywhere. But if you're to run up there and run out, okay? Now, I'm unsure why this works, but if you go here and activate this turret, you'll hear the sound play, like audio cue play, that enemies are out and about. So you can go back in that little alcove and just shoot them from above. There are gonna be 2 shotgun dudes that will like come out at some point, but they won't attack you because, well, they're supposed to jump down and then attack you. But I think this section is actually pretty easy. But this section was very easy and only cost me 2 deaths. Wow, we are 1 death away from 100. And we're in chapter 5. There's 22. The next difficult part is here, where you're locked in this tight space, being surrounded by enemies from the ground level and above. But what gets even worse after you take those enemies out, as you walk up the staircase, more enemies spawn in and give you a window to barely make it to a cover and be safe. And when you look at that, we're at death 100. Now 101, but made it here, boys. Montage time. after that hell, we finally made it to this section. This section is a little harder, there's a lot more enemies, and there's a turret that is very annoying, and I'm pretty stupid. And I think I die here in a couple of seconds. Yeah, I peep out, and die. Not that difficult, I only died twice. So 137 deaths it is. But this next section is pretty difficult, surprisingly, and the turret is not even in this section. It's more because it's a small, narrow space and not a lot of places to, like, hide and duck away from bullets. I died not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 times. That's not even including this part. I died 3 times on this part too. And I'm in a turret. The one shooting the big gun. But anyways, we go down here, then up into this section. There's another enemy encounter. And I died once, so don't care. Right after this, we're on a moving car at the lane, and this part's really annoying, seeing as I just died there in the beginning of this chapter. There's not anywhere to duck and cover, and you have this big gun in the back. So I died a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. But this part's pretty boring, and I died 21 times, which I don't really want to show again. God, this was a rough section. But anyways, this part is also pretty rough. You have people shooting you from above, so you can't really get a good angle. But Uncharted sometimes programs it so that they can't shoot you while you're swimming. But I'm stupid, and they can shoot you when you're going back to swim. Anyways, road to 200 is near. Perhaps we can get 300 deaths. That would be so good and handy. I did die once. Oh, we're on the bane of my existence. The jet ski part. So we're not shooting. We're driving, and Elena is shooting. This part is just the worst. There's nowhere to hide. It's just like the gun part, except you can't move when you're shooting, which is worse, so you can't, like, run or, like, block yourself and shoot at the same time. It's annoying. It's hell. It's the worst. There's no checkpoints here, so you start the whole thing over every time you die. It is the worst, most agonizing part of this run, and there's so many other times you have to use this stupid jet ski. Nobody wants this, nobody likes this. I hate this. Hate it so much. Enough with my ranting. Let's get to the deaths. I died 4 times for I had the bright idea of swimming. You can't even shoot while you're swimming. I don't know what I was coming up with. But I did die another time while swimming because I'm a moron. But after dying with only 1 more death under our belt, I only got past that hell. This part's checkpoints also really suck. I die here and have to go all the way in the beginning. Again, back here. Surprise, surprise, I only died a total of 6 times. But then we get on the forbidden jet ski. This part isn't that hard, I think, because there aren't actual checkpoints this time. A little bit annoying still. But I don't have the footage for this, so I'm just going to put this at an even 200, because I probably died 14 times. Let's do 210, that seems right. These sections are annoying. And somehow I don't have footage for this beginning part, so I'm just gonna add 10. But I ended up dying only 4 times. This part is also really frustrating. There's a lot of guys, and here I don't have a lot of ammo, which is not good for the situation I'm in because there are way too many guys. There's also a guy with the friggin', I don't know, aimbot, and I failed in the span of 2 seconds. I don't even have to cut for this next failed attempt. Just watch what happens. I'm stupid. I decide to press the menu and reset to my checkpoint, which counts as a death. And I could just keep talking. I die so fast. I could probably commentate through the entire game, and I would have deaths every other 3 seconds, like this one here. But after making our way through, there's a gate up there that just releases more enemies, more pain, like if it weren't enough. I believe there is a checkpoint here, so thank God there is. But holy crap, there are so many enemies. And so sure, the checkpoints are amazing, but they sometimes put you in the worst possible place ever. Like here! I made it up after only 8 deaths. Never mind, 9. But now we're in the next difficult part. Well, because I'm smart, I kept this M79, so I just blasted my way through everybody, ripping everyone to shreds, and this part was extremely easy, but I couldn't say it for the part coming up. Sure, here I only died twice. People are shooting at you from everywhere. I don't know if you're supposed to run or to shoot these people, because you can actually shoot them and kill them. But this place is not nice. You are trapped, henceforth the name. And there's not a lot of people, places, and there's a crap ton of people, turrets, and there's like nowhere to go. But if I remember from back here where I am, there's a dragon sniper. The reason how I got this, last time I did this challenge, I was hiding here and I found it. So, number 1 rule if you're doing this, look around. There are bound to be secret weapons that you don't know of, so just look around. Anyways, this part, really difficult, but it's the final stretch, because after this we're getting into the monastery. Anyways, day 1 is not very fun. I die here, and here, and by no one's surprise, here as well. And why not here when I'm trying to snipe someone? Or here when I'm near the end? Or in this place, shot again by the shotgun guy? Or here where I got flanked by a bunch of enemies and had nowhere to run? Or here, again, same place. Or here where I'm at the turret about to exit this level or chapter. Literally, I'm on day 2 at this point. I've been trying for so long at this point. I just keep dying and dying over and over, and I don't know what to do at all. I keep trying to experiment, try doing different things. I honestly have no idea what to do. I just keep dying and dying and dying until I'm at this part where I decided to reset my checkpoint. This is day 3 now. So yeah, I'm in a different outfit. Anyways, I keep dying over and over in the same places, and I just can't help myself. It's not fun at all. I keep dying in the same place over and over. So let's just cut to the part where I actually win. After only dying 12 times, I came up with a new strategy. Instead of using the turret, because the turret would leave me wide open for any shots, I decided to hide up here. Earlier there was an enemy that would have hit up here and it was very hard to hit, so perhaps if I use the same strategy as them, I could make me win and use these railings as cover, and the enemies weren't able to shoot me, but I was able to shoot them from using the in-cover but not in-cover trick. I also use my M79, really helps a lot, but I ended up winning. Let's not get too happy though, because remember, I'm stupid. I die here. I know, right? After only dying one more time, we finally made it to the last jet ski part, and I am so excited to get this done. This is actually a lot easier than the other 2 parts. You're still driving as Drake, but now you can actually shoot while driving. because Elena doesn't have the M79. She has a pistol which you can just spam shoot. Now this part is also pretty difficult, but also pretty easy. Elena has a pistol which you can shoot while driving, but there's also barrels coming downriver or coming at you. But the best thing is that you can spam shoot with Elena, and you don't actually have to aim with her. So she could just shoot and auto lock onto any enemies, which is amazing. Anyways, after only dying 12 times, we've made it to the end game. I consider the monastery the end because this is where you get the treasure and everything. This is the end. I'm so close. We are so close to getting past this hell. And now we're fighting more powerful enemies. Roman and Navarre's men. Better guns, weapons, and they're just stronger. This part is hard because they are everywhere. They're from above, they're to the sides, they're to the front, they're a shotgun that might rush you. So here's my first try.
Now!
There we go.
Take him out.
That'll come in handy.
I just want to say I was at the end of this fight. That's how close I was. And that was my first try. I want to cry because if I was not stupid and I didn't decide to leave, I would have won already. And I wouldn't have to have died so many countless times. But I am not going to give up. Like Sir Francis Drake said, greatness from small beginnings. I am not going to give up. I came this far, and there's no way I'm giving up now. So let's do this, baby. Let's get through this, guys, together. I died so many times I decided to ask Sully's help. And here is the run where I win.
Okay.
Watch it! Stop him! Take him down! Over there! You've got to surround him!
Here we go. Okay. Oh, shit. Now what? That'll come in handy.
But here is the next hardest part. This part is pretty difficult. It's just like the last place, yet with less cover. There's not a lot of cover. Like you get like one wall, and the problem is I have your shotgun enemies rushing you from the left. Now, as you see where I'm going, there's going to be a sniper above me. So I'm gonna grab this dragon sniper and snipe those guys. Problem is that the guys up to the front are gonna go to the left of my position, and they're gonna flank me and end up killing me. So that's a problem, which I don't think I ever solved. But after dying 16 times, I finally got past. Now, the only thing I recommend if you're going for this is to experiment. Go to other places, try different cover, try doing different things. The more you try, the more you learn. The more you die over and over, you start to learn enemy patterns. And yeah, so even though you're dying and making mistakes, it's going to help you learn a lot more. Moving on, I only died about 14 times in this room. It's pretty easy. And, yeah, let's just move on. We then enter into this place with only 2 deaths under our belt. I only died 4 times, and now I'm entering this place. I think it's called Land of the Dead. At least I think. I don't remember at all. But anyways, these guys are crawling everywhere, and here I die again. That was probably the easiest chapter yet, though, in this monastery section. But then we have this really crappy part. Here you have to drop down, but as soon as you drop down, you get rushed by enemies, and sometimes Drake isn't able to react fast enough and will die. After only dying 3 more times, we're back in the church. But we are above the church, and I have to get to that part. I don't really want to explain this section because there are no enemies. There were enemies at the start, but I took them out pretty quickly. What I really want to talk about is this section here. There are a lot of enemies here, and very powerful enemies too. There's got to be like 2 Desert Eagle guys, and a rocket launcher guy, and a lot of shotgun guys. But I somehow did on my first try. Here's the run.
He's here!
Okay. Oh, man. Gotta be freaking kidding me. That's right.
So, yeah, I'm somehow actually getting good at this game on the hardest difficulty. Let's hope I haven't spoke too soon. But I only managed to die twice before getting to this part. Twice due to climbing issues. I only died 4 times in that section, but now we're in this section where you have to run, or you can shoot these guys. I decided to do something different. Usually I would run, but that would also be very difficult because you die in 1 to 2 shots. So I decided to see if I could kill all of them. And it was pretty simple, actually. Also, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. It has taken so much time to edit this and count every death. And I die again. Please subscribe. However, with 0 deaths, I finally make it here. The end game. The whole German bunker thing was very easy. I died 0 times, but this part I want to talk about, because there are a lot of enemies. Anyways, I died once getting here, but I want to talk about this part. This part is really difficult. Anyways, this section is very difficult because it has the worst respawn point. Basically, there are enemies everywhere. You can get so far into this encounter, then die and have to start it all over again back at where I am right now. But surprisingly, I only died 4 times. Last year when I did this caused serious trouble. This part isn't that difficult, but the next part is. I only died 12 times. Now, I want to get done with this video. You guys probably want to leave. I only died 9 times, and look at that, we reached over 400 deaths. Let's just continue and end this. Here is my final death. I died 19 times before my final death. And here's the boss. Did it. I wanted to thank you guys for coming so far into this video. Click subscribe. My final death counter was 426. And yeah, I wanted to thank you guys so much for this. Thank you so much for watching this entire thing. I know it's long and I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, see you guys later. And yes, I will attempt the other games.
Sorry you didn't get your story.
That's all right. There'll be other stories. You still owe me one.
I'm good for it.